All right, so we're here with Buff Ass Jabar.
It's the deal.
So we clearly love your page. We dig all the content. We also dig how open you are about your journey and how you got here. So let's start with your name, Buff Ass Jabar. Where did that come from?
Oh man, I cannot take any credit for that. I did not think of that. My name is Jabar. I go by Jabar. But when I was locked up, the homie Stevie or Steve used to always, every time he see me, it was like, "Oh, so my nigga Buff Ass Jabar." Or just even in conversation, he was like, "Yeah." He would be like, "Yeah, man. I was talking to Buff Ass Jabar the other day," and he would just always just hit me with that whole thing. And then it was just like every time I seen him, it was just a ton of energy. Um, And when I was locked up, I used to just talk about what I wanted to do in the fitness industry with certain people. And he was one of them. And he used to always be like, "Yeah, man, you should make that your name. You should be Buff Ass Jabar." And I would be like, "Bro, I'm not doing that. I'm not about to like create a whole character." And he was like, "Man, that shit's dope. You should do it." And I kind of just told him no all the time. And then when I got out here, it was just like, I'm gonna be Buff Ass Jabar. You know what I'm saying? But that's how that came about.
Nice, nice. So we're here at this beautiful park. Why did you pick this location?
I picked this location because, like, man, when I was locked up, I was staring at the same fucking four walls all day. You feel me? So when I see shit like this, I appreciate it. You know what I
Nice.
mean? We at the duck park, chilling with the ducks and shit. You feel me? So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So a lot of times, we've heard you share your views on motivation and discipline. How do you think um, you discipline yourself or stay disciplined in something?
Okay. So I say all the time, people ask me like, how do I stay motivated? I don't stay motivated. I get motivated and the shit goes away. Motivation is temporary. I say I rely on discipline. And I build my discipline by having a solid program. You know what I'm saying? You got to actually map it out. And when you mapping it out, it kind of, when you relying on motivation, you winging it. You know what I'm saying? When you have a solid program, you know what you're supposed to be doing. And I don't know of any like secret shit that you do to stay disciplined. You just know what you got to be doing and you just do the shit. Sometimes you're gonna suffer through it, sometimes you're gonna enjoy the process, but just get it done anyway.
Okay. And you mentioned the program. What exactly is that? Where did that come from?
So the program is just, that's what you're supposed to be doing. The
Okay.
program is everything that you are doing. So for instance, if I'm in Cali right now, if I wanted to go to New York, New York becomes the goal. That's the destination, that's the goal. But I'm not about to just get in my car and then head east. That's stupid, and we might not ever get to where we're going, right? I'm gonna open up a map and I'm gonna say I need to take this street to this highway to this interjection or whatever, and we're gonna get to where we're going, and we're gonna have a plan to do that efficiently, right? So the plan is the program. Everything that I'm gonna be doing to get from where I'm at to my goal, that's the program. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. Another thing we noticed is you call yourself the Burpee King.
I'm the Burpee King, bro. I'm the Burpee King. Listen to me right now, bro. If you are watching my YouTube channel and you are watching my IG and the shit that I post, and you think that a motherfucker is doing better burpees, form-wise, you crazy. If you think a motherfucker is doing harder burpees, you crazy. I'm the king of this burpee shit. I might not be even a peasant and anything else. I might not be the prince of nothing else. I might not be none of that. But when it comes to this shit, I'm the king of these burpees.
The Burpee King, y'all. You heard it yourselves out of his own mouth.
Man.
Nice. So let's get into this new merch. Y'all
Okay.
see it? Hey.
Tap in and get a shirt from you, man.
Right. Activated.
Activated.
Activated. So tell us about that. Why did you choose that for your new merch?
Because man, for me, I learned how to get fit and get healthy in an environment where I didn't have a gym. You know what I'm saying? You don't got weights to lift in prison. So I'm not really big on excuses. Oh, I can't get into the gym right now, coronavirus, or I don't have a gym. Man, you don't need a gym. Everywhere is the gym. You know what I'm saying? Just get active, just get moving. That's what Activated is about, man. It's just about just getting in motion. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you may be, using whatever you have at your disposal, just do it. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. Got you. Make a lot of sense. So just keep
Okay.
at it. Get active.
So we were over there by the Ducks, kind of recording an interview. It was going pretty good, but I'm the type of person that is very conscious of my surroundings, and I get uncomfortable when I'm in a situation where there are a lot of people behind me and just like all around me. Usually, if we're not doing an interview, I'm good because if I hear something behind me or hear people behind me, all I got to do is turn around, look, see what's going on, and get back to my life. It's no big deal. But we're in an interview situation, and I'm like really struggling, fighting the urge to turn around and look back. And I mean, it is a park and it ain't nothing but kids playing, but it still makes me uncomfortable not knowing what's going on around me. So we move locations. We sitting in the middle of a soccer field. Nobody really has a reason to be in the middle of a soccer field, so we should be able to get through the interview without me going crazy. You feel me? Um, yeah. So what else you got? Oh, so another thing, man. I see people asking me questions about fitness, and it makes a lot of sense. It's a fitness page, but people are really like interested in this prison shit, and I don't get it. I really don't. I don't have a problem talking about it. I just don't get the intrigue behind it.
Yeah, it's just a different insight, a different reality. Something is like reality or their real life versus what they see on TV. Like
Yeah.
people want to know, oh, is that real? Does that really happen?
A lot of the shit you see on TV is bullshit, man. That shit is for entertainment. You feel me? Like, I don't know. Like, what are you guys curious about? Cause I mean, I don't really know. I don't really watch a lot of prison shows, so I don't know like what it is you guys are seeing versus, what might actually be happening. What do you guys want to know? What are you guys
Right.
curious about?
So, like the guards and stuff, like, of course, it's apparent that everybody get phones in there or whatever.
Yeah, niggas
Like,
got phones like a
are there really guards in there that, are shady like that or?
So I'm gonna say this.
Mm.
When it comes to prison, I'm down to talk about anything except some shit that's gonna get a motherfucker in trouble. You feel me? But what I will say is, I've been on prison yards where it is common for a lot of the homies to have phones, and ain't none of us going home getting phones. So, you
They
know what I'm
get in there
saying?
somewhere.
Motherfuckers is getting phones though, you feel me? So, I'll leave it at that. It is what it is.
Okay. So, what was your program like inside? Like, you wake up, you do what? Like,
Um, so when you're doing time, man, it's very important that you fill in the space because they don't have a lot of shit for you to do. If you
mm-hmm.
get lucky, you'll get a job, and technically it's called a job, but you ain't getting paid. Like, they literally pay you like fucking like 8 cents an hour or some shit.
What?
Yeah, so it's really not a job. It's just something that fills the time, you feel me?
Occupy.
And you get
Okay.
lucky because of that, you feel me? But you just gotta fill in the day. Like for me, um, prison the day kind of starts at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been a fan of getting up and doing what I need to do for myself before the day starts.
Mm-hmm.
So if the prison program starts at 6 in the morning and that's the beginning of eating breakfast and all that shit, I need to be up at 5
Okay.
because I have personal shit that I want to accomplish before the craziness of the day could affect my life. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I will wake up in the morning and drink my little coffee 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work out early because for me, if I wait too long, then I'm just not going to feel like it. So I get up while I got all that energy, work out. And then I will wash up and get ready for breakfast, and I would sit down and read a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then, everybody would get up. We would walk to breakfast, come back. Me and my celly might play a couple games of chess or something, and then we're going to go to the yard. And then from there, we got a whole list of fun fitness shit that we finna get into.
Okay. Well,
You know.
see that right there. TV don't necessarily show that. Like, you see movies or you see shows and it's, prison shit, riot this, oh, this nigga fighting that person, setting this person up. Like,
Man, I mean,
it's always
all that shit,
chaotic.
yeah, all that shit happens. But I feel like that is the shit that's the excitement of it for somebody who's not involved in it. So on TV, they put that shit on TV because it's exciting. Like, you know, a day of nothing happening it doesn't really make for good TV. But yeah, man, riots and all that shit and people just fighting on a daily basis and all that shit is just not the reality of, my experience in prison.
That's deep.
I have been in riots, you know what I'm saying? There has been some squabbles, but I mean, for the most part, my philosophy in prison was kill it or leave it alone.
Okay.
So when something happens, if it's not something I'm willing to kill over, I'm gonna let it go. Because
Okay.
I got a family to get back to, and you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of going back and forth to the hole over stupid shit. So, you know what I mean? A lot of people just have a lot more respect in prison. That's,
The whole. What is that about?
what, oh shit, nigga. Segregation is, that's where you go, man. When you doing what you doing, getting in trouble, man, they segregate you. Go to the hole, you lose a lot of your little privileges, you lose outside privileges. You know what I'm saying? They put a little time period on you, and then when it's over, you go back to the yard.
That's crazy. So, did you have to go in there often, my guy?
Man, yes and no. My first probably like 7 years, I think I talked about this before, but my first 7 years, it was craziness. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be involved in everything. I was just young, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I was caught up in like, man, let's build a reputation and shit, you feel me? But as I got older, I kind of slowed down. So my first 7 years, I was in and out the hole and, different prisons and all that shit a lot.
Is there any prison that you would say was better than the other? I mean, it's still
Man,
prison.
I hate when people ask me that shit. Look, listen to me. Because, like, it's crazy because even in jail, niggas ask that question. Like, jail niggas ask other niggas that same shit while we're locked up.
That's crazy.
No, nigga, we in jail. What the fuck? This shit is horrible. Every time I go to a different spot, like,
Really?
certain yards have different, damn, burping and shit. Certain yards have different perks and shit. But when you leave a prison to go to another one, all that was good about this prison is not gonna necessarily be at the other prison.
Oh,
So you might
wow.
have other shit that's going on that's cool. But like I've been to prisons that had like basketball tournaments.
Okay.
I enjoy playing basketball and shit. So that was cool for me. But if you a nigga that don't play basketball, this prison might be the worst place on earth because you don't give a fuck about no basketball tournament. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. To me, all the prisons are ass. Nigga, there is no prison that's better than another prison. I don't fuck all that shit. It's weird.
Wow. Okay, and then you talked about jobs and stuff. Did you have a particular job while you were in there? Did you work at all to kill time or?
Yeah, so like the jobs are not optional. They
Oh.
kind of just give you, you know what I'm saying, what they want you to have.
Oh,
You can't just
okay.
be like, oh, I want to work in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I've worked in the kitchen. I've worked as like a porter or like a tier tender. I mean, it's up to you. Like how you enjoy your job is up to you. I'm the type of nigga, if I'm working in the kitchen, I'm finna steal the whole kitchen. I'm stealing everything in the kitchen, nigga. Me and my cellies ate good when I was in the kitchen. Yeah, we ate good.
Really?
The shit that everybody else on the yard is eating, yeah, we're not eating that. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's crazy. What was one of the favorite things you used to like to make?
we made regular shit. Like, so
Because that's
if the
another
rest of the
thing.
yard is eating, say, for instance, spaghetti or something, right? There's a lot of meat in the spaghetti. So what I would do working in the kitchen is I'm just gonna lump up a whole bunch of spaghetti, and I'm finna literally pick all the meat out the spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? And all the noodles is going in the trash. We finna get the meat. We finna rinse it. It's already been cooked. We finna rinse it. We finna re-season it. And we gonna make burritos. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make refried burritos. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna fry up some refried beans and make some rice in the kitchen and shit. And we making burritos. So after I eat my little burritos or whatever I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna bag some shit up for my celly. You feel me? And then we good. I might even make some money. I might make some burritos and shit, and sneak that shit out the kitchen. And I'm going back to the building selling burritos.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, my time in the kitchen was cool, but even as like when I was a tier tender, I'm still in trash bags. Niggas want to make a water bag. Like, you need weight to make to really just to build your body up, right? So the niggas is into fitness. Guess what? I'm selling water bags, and it ain't like, it ain't making no whole bunch of money. It's just something to keep something coming back to the cell. You feel me? Like, every time I leave out of my cell, I want to bring something back to it, whether that be a deodorant, a toothpaste, you know what I'm saying, a jar of coffee. So, you know what I mean? It's always ways to hustle.
Okay, so in prison, you can pretty much say your own economic system in there.
Yeah, everything. But see, it's different though. Like, in prison, it's more like trade and barter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We don't have like tangible money that you can buy anything with. So we pretty much paying each other with deodorant, toothpaste, soap, lotion. You know what I'm saying? Food items, honey buns and shit like that. But yeah.
Okay.
It's its own economic structure.
And for those that don't know,
Yeah.
let's hear about these honey buns.
Oh shit! What you want to know about the honey bun? That's my shit. That's my weakness. Is motherfucking honey bun. That's my weakness, man.
A
So
hot mess.
I stayed with honey buns and peanut butter. If a nigga don't know, let me tell y'all some shit. If y'all don't already know this, get you a big ass iced honey bun, like the Hostess iced honey bun, right? And like an individual pack of like brown sugar oatmeal.
What?
Yes. Heat the honey bun up. Smear a little bit of peanut butter on it, and hit that whole shit. Dump a whole thing of just oatmeal on top of that. Man, that shit fire. That shit fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something else, definitely the food and stuff. Like, you see shit in the movies or in TV shows, and you always hear like how the food is garbage in prison.
Yeah.
But from what you were saying, like, y'all be low key hooked up. You
for
can
the
make
most
burritos.
part, man, most like the shit that they give you is really, it sucks. But we can buy food. You know what I'm saying? You can get packages. You can go to the store and buy what the fuck you want to eat to a certain extent. You don't just have the ability to just go get a hamburger or nothing like that. But and I didn't really depend on them and what they was feeding me. Like, when I get the little menu for what's for dinner, I might decide, man, I'm not eating that shit. And I'm staying in my cell and I'm gonna make my own dinner type shit. You feel me?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, like, you made, you shared before your spread and stuff. So yeah, let's talk about those.
No.
Spread. So you go to the store and
Yeah, like, you go to the little prison store, they sell Doritos, Cheetos and shit. Get you some chips. They sell like sausages and shit. Obviously noodles, rice, beans, anything that you can go to the grocery store and see on the counters, like in cans or in pouches and shit that don't have to be refrigerated. We can buy that same shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we buy the same shit. So, you know, I might have a can of like chicken breast, chunk chicken breast, a bag of rice, like a bag of refried beans. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, we could buy all that shit. Chili in the pouches and shit. Buy all that shit.
Oh wow. Okay. So yeah, you was hooking it up.
Yeah.
Chef Boy Jabar.
Something like that. Something like that.
What else do we be wanting to know? It's just so much. Like, you know, of course you see a lot of people turn religious too on the TV screens. You go in and then Next thing you know, you come out a different way, which is good, you know, because in some aspect, that's what prison's supposed to be about. It's supposed to go in one way, come out better or different. What do you? What is? How is it like that? And on really on the inside, like you got a bunch of segregated groups of, you know, super religious freaks, or, you know, people
And
in there just studying their ass off,
every
or
prison is different because every prison is just a compilation of the people that's in it.
okay,
So, I mean, for the most part, I did my time on level 4 yard, and you dealing with a lot of people. They got a lot of time, and a lot of gang banging. So your hood is your religion for the
okay,
most part. You know what I mean? There's not a whole bunch of people in the prisons that I was at that was going to jail one way and coming out super religious. But before the gangbanging, we was all, you know, probably raised going to church or, you know what I'm saying, whatever your family was doing. So it kind of makes you get back to your family structure and the morals of your household more so
okay,
than out here looking for other stuff. Because, man, we in the streets. Before you got locked up going to prison, your mom told you, your grandmother told you 1,000 times, oh man, leave that stuff, leave the streets alone, and you need to be doing this, this, and this. And that shit really don't sink in until you in prison. So whatever it was that your family was putting out, you more so kind of get back to that. So if you was raised in a Christian household, you feel me, it might, you know, going to prison might cause you to pick back up a Bible.
okay,
But, you know what I'm saying, if you was raised atheist or, you know what I'm saying, not really going to church or doing that shit, is, I mean, for the most part, it's probably not gonna make you go to church and you know, get into any religion. You just more so getting back to what your family was teaching you anyway.
right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, now you sitting down, you got shit to think about,
Yeah.
and way
You
more
just
time.
replaying old conversations like, man, moms did tell a nigga woo woo, you feel me? But that's just my experience. And then, you know what I mean? I like to stay away from extremism. So you'll hear, and I'm pretty sure it's dudes out there that had a different outtake on this whole prison shit than I have. You know what I'm saying? Because they was in different prisons, and like I said, different prisons are different because of the people that are in it are different. So they might have one kind of experience, but I try to stay away from hearing a prison story from another nigga that was locked up and saying, oh, that's bullshit, prison's not like that, it's like this.
Right.
No, that's how my experience was. You know what I'm
Makes
saying? That
sense.
nigga experience of the same environment might have been completely different. So, you know what I mean? That's just, I know what I know from what I experienced type shit.
So what about like the wardens and stuff? Like,
I ain't
you
never
know,
seen like I be seeing a lot of TV shows and shit. Nigga, I don't know about other states because California has a fucking gang problem and a fucking violent problem in prison. Nigga, you not about to see the warden. I've been to like 10 different prisons and I've never seen a warden. I don't know I don't even know the name of any of the wardens that were at the prison that I was at.
dang.
You don't never see the warden coming to niggas' cells, talking to niggas like you be seeing on TV. That shit don't never happen out here. That shit don't never happen. I've never seen a warden. I've never seen an assistant warden. And I was locked up for 12 years, bro. Like, you just don't deal with the warden on a personal level as an inmate, man. And if you do, that might not be the best shit, bro. Cause I don't know if you need to have a personal relationship with
With
the
the
warden,
warden,
man.
right?
That's deep.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So would you say like, not that you're necessarily glad that you got to experience this, but you know, how do you feel prison kind of raised you or shaped you?
Man, I was a baby with no structure when I went to prison. Everything that I learned in prison that was positive and that I still kind of live by today, obviously I wish I could have learned that shit on the streets. But since I'm the type of hard-headed motherfucker that could not learn that shit on the streets, prison actually did a lot for me. Taught me discipline. It taught me a lot of respect. It taught me patience. You know what I mean? So there was some good that came from that. But, you know, I didn't get nothing in prison that I couldn't have fucking paid attention and learned out here. You know what I'm saying? I just was that kind of person. I just was hard-headed and wanted to do everything my way.
Still working on it. It's all right.
The disrespect is real.
All right, so that's bomb. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your little person. You came out, you got a son, you have a family. Your
Yeah.
son is your twin. Like,
That
how was
nigga
that
looks,
experience?
man, that shit is spooky, bro, on so many different levels. So he looks like me, and I feel like I really needed that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm basically, I feel like I'm getting a chance to raise myself. You know what I'm saying? And to do it right this time. You feel me? Like, I look at him and I see so much of me. Like, that's my opportunity to just, like, man, like, all the shit that I know, I want him to know it right now. You feel me? Like, it's cool. He acts like me.
Yes.
But it's also scary, though, because I haven't perfected my character. So he sees a lot of shit from me that I might not necessarily want him to see.
Right.
And me and my son have a very close relationship.
Indeed.
So he pays attention to me as an example of what he should be doing. And I'm not always doing what I should be doing. So it's kind of scary. But it's inspiring too, though, because that's knowing that he pays that close attention to me is what's inspiring me to try to perfect myself. So
it's a learning process on both hands, both ends. Yeah. And it's actually dope because y'all learn from each other. Like, because I'm sure it's stuff that we see him do all the time, and you be like, bro, like, we don't even notice that he really be noticing. And I think that it kind of keeps us aware of ourselves often, like you just said, you know, like, nigga.
I see him do shit that, you know, I do and not really pay attention. Not even shit that I taught him to do. It's just shit that I do naturally.
That part.
And I see him do it, and I be like, oh, nah, nigga. Nah, hell nah. We not about to, hell nah, we not doing that.
That part.
Yeah, that shit is cool, though, man. I learned a lot from him about myself because, like I say, he watches what I'm doing. So when I see him imitating some shit that I don't even like about myself, it kind of like brings it to the forefront of my mind. Like, bro, you need to stop doing that shit.
Indeed.
And not only do you need to stop doing it in front of him, it's just something that you shouldn't be doing anyway. You feel me? And it's something that you already don't like about yourself. So you need to stop doing that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when I can't really think of nothing specific offhand, but I can give you an example. Like, I used to say cuz every other word. And I hated that I used to say it so much. So I kind of just taught myself to stop. But if I was around my son saying that shit, just because that's how I talk, and he started to say that shit, then it would be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the motivation to stop, you know what I mean? Luckily for me, that's never happened, but, you know, that's just an example of what I'm talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's not cuz, you know, it's the N word, but we working on it.
We working on it.
The first time he said it, was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What did he just say? But
I think I made that situation worse because he was like, man, that little nigga was talking early, bro.
Definitely.
He wasn't even 2 yet, and he was already just saying shit. So when the 2-year-olds say nigga, to me, that shit was the funniest shit ever, bro. So I kind of made it a little bit worse by kind of enjoying that and not checking it immediately. And now it's to the point where, like, I could be like, yeah, you gotta stop saying nigga, bro. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So it's good, you know, that relationship, we love seeing it too. Like, everybody.
Yeah, man, I post my little dude, man. Like, I'm not just a nigga who work out. I'm a whole person. You know what I'm saying? I got kids and shit. I try to post that shit a lot, man, because, like, I'm a whole person. I'm not just a gym rat that's just in the gym doing push-ups and shit all day. All the shit that y'all got going on in y'all life, I got that same shit going on in my life, you feel me? So, you know, I try to put that out there, like, yeah, you can't use the excuse that you too busy, because, nigga, I have a job and I got kids too, you know what I'm saying? And I still find time to do what I need to be doing for myself. you really get a lot of excuses in fitness, like, oh, I can't work out, I'm too busy. Man, I'm not trying to hear none of that. Or I can't work out, I don't got a gym. Man, I got the same shit going on. I'm just as busy as you are. It's just about priorities, you know what I'm saying? You're going to find time to do what's important in life.
This is true.
So, you know.
Makes sense. All right, so
What else you got, man? Come on. Interviewer, you got a nigga sitting in the grass.
a mess. Food wise, do you just eat everything, bro?
Okay, look, this is really, really important. If you're a beginner, you need a fucking meal plan.
Okay.
You need a meal plan because a beginner's workout plan cannot and will not like overshine a fucked up diet.
Okay.
You're just not strong enough to work out long enough. You don't have the endurance to work out long enough. You don't have the discipline to work out consistently enough for a beginner. And that's what kind of runs people off. Like when you first starting off, you kind of really need a strict program. But you'll notice if you stick with that program, over time, you'll kind of like make it your own. Your diet don't got to be as clean when you're fucking working out consistently. You know what I'm saying? Once you go from, you know, I work out 3 times a week to now I work out 5 times a week, your diet, you can relax in your diet a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then once you go from, you know, I'm a beginner and I can only work out for 20 minutes to, like, I've been doing this shit for a year and every time I go to the gym, it's for at least an hour. You can kind of relax with your diet a little bit, you feel me? Personally, for me, I eat what the fuck I want to eat, whenever the fuck I want to eat it, and however much I want to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing this so long, I kind of know, you know, when I'm so off track that I need to pull it back a little bit. I feel like if you're not training for like a competition or some shit like that, you don't need a meal plan. Exercise